everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters, and I have 3 brand new exciting kits to share with you from Takom. All 3 of these kits are new and soon to be released, and hopefully should be here sometime in early June. Shipping is still kind of crazy in the world, so that's what we're hoping for, but it could be a little later than that. And we've got a new Flakpanzer V, which is a Panther G with this very unusual looking flak gun on top of it. We also have the M7 Ersazt, which is a Stug dressed up to look like an American tank. And then we've got this thing right here. This is probably the weirdest one in the whole bunch, and this is basically a flying kite that would get towed behind a U-boat. But I'll explain more about all of that stuff in a minute when we take a look inside at all the kit parts. Also, there are 2 brand new kits that have just come in. These are actually available now on our website, andyshhq.com. Both of them from the company Das Werk, and I'm going to show you pictures of them right now. First one is the M48 bridge layer, and also the Pack 40 with 4-man crew. And both of those kits are reboxings with new decals from the Dragon kits. But we have them in now, and beautiful kits at great prices on those as well. So go ahead and take a look at them on our website. So now I'm very excited to share with you these here. We're going to take a look inside, but real quick too, I am working on another diorama. I haven't stopped the tank factory. We're just waiting on more product to come in, but I've started an even larger scale diorama that hopefully I have that video out in the next couple of days to share with you. All from scratch. Made every single bit of it, so you'll hopefully get a kick out of that too. But I'm excited to share with these right now for you, so let's get started. So first up, we're going to take a look at the very unusual new kit from Takom. This is the Takom 1/16 scale, and please forgive the pronunciation if it's wrong, Bachstelze. And you're looking at a very unusual one. Basically, this is a rotary kite or gyro glider. Those are the 2 different terms that were used to describe this vehicle. It is a reconnaissance platform that is towed behind U-boats. So you see the bottom of the picture there, there's a cable going down. They would tie a 150-meter cable to the back of a U-boat, and they would rest this on the back of the U-boat, and the U-boat would start going across the surface, and the wind that was blowing over would gradually start to spin the props on this, eventually giving it lift, and it would rise up into the air, and giving the pilot in this a very, very good field of view, way more so than what the person on the conning tower would have. In fact, according to the little booklet that came with it, they said the average person on the conning tower could see about 9 kilometers, whereas the pilot up inside of this could see about 46 kilometers. So it could give it a really, really wide view and really see what is going around the U-boat. Now, because of Allied air power, the thing was only used in the Southern Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean. But as crazy as this is right here, it is actually credited for having or assisting with 1 kill on a Greek merchant ship. And it was spotted by this thing right here. Inside the box, you will notice too, there are also some markings for some Allied type aircraft, and that is because it was actually taken by the Allies at the end of the war and checked out and experimented with, but right after that the helicopter came onto the scene and it was deemed that this thing was not necessary at all. But still, a very cool vehicle. Has a pilot inside there that's been sculpted by the artist Jason. Jason also does all of the artwork for Takom and Borders. So anytime you see this artwork right here, look down in the corner, Jason on it there. So let's take a look at the plastic parts now. Okay, let's take a look at the sprues on this kit. So here is the main body, we'll call it. These are like the landing skids right in through here, and this is your main body right here. This holds the tail and the whole thing together, we'll call it. You got a nice comfy seat, and it looks like, I have to check more with the instructions, but this thing may have not been completely unsafe. It may have actually come with a parachute in case you were crashing down to the ocean. There we go. And I say that about crashing down to the ocean, but according to the instructions on it too, it also said that the thing that if the tether came undone with the auto gyro type effect, it would actually float basically down to the ocean surface. But I don't know about you, but I don't think I'd want to risk something like that. Here are a bunch of the little tiny parts that make up the aircraft. We've got some slide molded on there. This is the shaft that holds the propeller blades. And speaking of that, here they are right here. And looking at them, they're about 8 inches wide. So we've probably got a propeller span of probably about 14, 15 inches on this kit. And you can see all the nice ridging that they put on here. So obviously they're supposed to replicate a fabric covered blade, just like that. Both sides have that on there. And the last thing we're going to look at here is the beautifully sculpted figure. In fact, looking at this earlier, and look at how deep the recesses are on all the seat belt, the folds in the pilot's pants. Very, very nicely done. And like the box art said, this has been sculpted by the artist Jason. So, and I think it probably means 3D sculpted in like a CAD format. Since he does so much artwork, it's probably easy to transfer over. But man, even the face is very, very nicely done. Way better than those old 90s 16 scale figures that used to come out. These are very nicely done. Now we will take a quick look at the instructions. You know, I like to show you guys those so you get an idea how to put it together. As you can imagine, I don't think this is going to be very difficult at all. It's basically a couple parts in real life, so not too much to it. And of course, if you want to see anything a little bit longer, just hit pause on your video. Yeah, that looks like that is a parachute. So it looks like it did include a parachute for the pilot in case the unthinkable happened. And there's the blades. And then assembly of the pilot. So just a couple of quick steps. And then, of course, painting marking guide, which you've got like a British one, looks like a French one, and then finally the German one. So let's take a look at the decals and the photo etch that comes with this. Here are your decals and photo etch parts. It looks like they give you some photo etch seat belts and a few other little parts on there. Plus also in the bag is some like nylon fishing wire. And that is to tie some of the blades together. I guess they're done in a triangle pattern based on the instructions. So that is included inside the kit as well. And these are actually in production right now. They are due to arrive here in the United States, from what we understand, very early June. We should have them on our website, andyshhq.com. Next up, we're going to take a look at a new 35th scale kit from Takom. This is under their Blitz series, and this is the Ersazt M7. And basically what an Ersazt M7 is a late Stug 3G dressed up to look like an American M7. In preparations for the Battle of the Bulge in the Ardennes, Adolf Hitler commanded SS Obersturmbannführer Otto Skorzeny to come up with a plot with his commandos to cause chaos behind enemy lines. So they took American Jeeps and a Stug 3G and made it look like an M7 Priest. Also, they took Panthers, and the Panthers were dressed up to look similar to an M10 tank destroyer. And these guys were supposed to go behind enemy lines and cause all kinds of chaos and confusion. And most of them were captured and executed as spies because they were wearing American uniforms at the time. So, yeah, kind of a failure of a plan. But Takom has come up with the vehicle to give us the, that look. And I mean, I know it's painted in olive drab and it's got American stars on it, but it doesn't look too much like like an M7. So before we look at the plastic in the new Ersatz M7, I wanted to show you this kit. This kit came out just recently. This is basically the identical kit that is in the M7 Ersazt. And I did a complete review on that. And if you want to see the parts completely, you can look at that video. It's just going to be a duplication of that. The only thing new in that is the new sprue and the instructions, which I'll show you right now. And this is the new sprue that'll be inside here. These are the parts that are going to turn that Stug 3 into the Ersatz one. So you have two different rear ends here. This cover goes on the back of the engine deck, or you have an open one in here to look more like a an open top like M7 Priest. And then of course the new side skirts, which vary quite a bit from the ones that were on the normal late Stug 3G. And then just show you the instructions too. All the instructions, they build up exactly the same way. And then here are those two little pieces here showing those go on the engine deck. So you get your choice on that. And then of course the open back, or how the side skirts right here. And then of course the artwork on there for, and you see how the bottom of, or the top of this is open up, similar to an M7 Priest. And the last kit we're going to take a look at from Takom is the Flakpanzer V Kugelblitz. And this is a Panther G, the original one just like Takom had made in the past, but with a new turret on it. And as you can see right here, it's a very low profile. In fact, we're going to look at the side here too, and you can see, wow, that would have been a very low profile vehicle. I believe they're 30mm guns on the top there. And I'm going to do the same I just did with the M7 Ersatz. The kit is the exact same Takom kit that they've come out with a couple other times, but we're going to show you the new turret sprue that is inside there. And here it is. Here is the new sprue inside that makes up the anti-aircraft cannons on top, plus the little turret ring that goes around it. You can see here we've got our guns. They are slide molded, just like that. So the barrels are hollowed out, plus you've got that nice fluting on the actual barrels themselves. There is that real low profile turret. And then of course the parts that make up in there. So that is what you get new inside the kit. The kit itself, beyond that, is the Panther G that came out originally from Takom. Well, there you go. There's a quick look at the three new kits from Takom. All three of these should be up on our website very soon. And like I said, they hope to be in stock for delivery sometime in early June. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you as always for watching. And please stay tuned because I have many more videos coming.